What's up, America? Neil here with Geauga Firearms Academy. Thanks for watching. Today, we're going to be doing the review of the CZ P-10C. So let's get started. So you guys know I'm not a big unboxing fan, but there was a box, it's gone, and here you go. So you're going to get this gun and 2 mags, all right? The mags are kind of cool. They're obviously metal, but they have an orange follower. So those are the of you that are big fans of the new Glock followers or the orange or whatever. You're going to see the red ones, so that when that gets pushed down, you're going to be able to see the color on the back of the witness holes. You get 2 of these magazines. As I said, they are steel magazines, and they're both 15 rounds. There is a extended magazine from CZ. It's got a nice little pad that comes with it as well, so that when it's in the actual pistol itself, it gives you just even a little larger grip area there. Probably, I'm guessing, with that extension on there, it's probably the same size as the new CZ P-10F, the full size, but don't quote me on that one. As you can see right here, this guy is dirty because I shot it. Okay, I'm not one of those again unboxers. I like to run it, kind of get a good feel for it. Now, first impressions, I will tell you, this gun in particular has broken like no other. It is it's very unique in that the first trigger press to 500 rounds later, completely different gun. Every review I've personally seen about this particular gun, everybody raves about the trigger. When I took it out of the box, I was like, it's okay. I mean, it does have a kind of a cool contour here. It's almost a straight trigger right out of the box. There's nothing, absolutely nothing done to this gun at all. Sights, everything is the same. But it's got a very straight-ish trigger, if you will. The trigger itself, again, everybody raves about how slight and smooth and crisp it is. When I first started shooting the gun, I wasn't that impressed. But man, by 300-400 rounds later, it is just, it's amazing. The trigger is fantastic. It is one of the best, without question, striker fire pistols I've ever shot for just completely stock. One other thing that a lot of reviewers were saying as well was that when you buy it brand new and you insert an empty mag in the gun, if you wanted to try to drop the slide release on the gun, that it was very, very difficult. And 100% agree on that one. It was extremely difficult. Again, after 500 rounds, no, as you saw here, no problem at all. With no rounds in the gun, you can drop that in, no problems whatsoever. So just use the gun, what it's intended for. 500 rounds in, and it's either I have nothing to complain about. It does have replaceable back straps, and there are some that come with it. I don't remember the exact count. This is the one that comes with it, but whatever. It's got a back strap. Now let's talk about the texture. If you guys take a quick look real close, the texture itself, the sides of the texturing is fairly subdued, but the back strap, okay, and the front strap, this is extremely aggressive. It reminds me very much of the M&P, the new M&P 2.0, and I like a very aggressive grip, but it is aggressive. If you find that the bite is too much, you can always throw a pair of Talon, the rubberized ones, to cut down on that, or you could also take sandpaper to it if you really wanted to. But I really like that very aggressive texture. So if you do like that, you will not be displeased here. As far as the controls on the gun, everything is fully ambidextrous. Both the magazine release is on both sides, which is a love or hate, and the slide lock, slide release, whatever you want to call it, is on both sides of the gun as well. When I say the magazine release is a love or hate thing, a particular gun that I can think of is the FN 509. I wanted to really love the gun, but I cannot shoot it because I cannot release the mag from the gun without completely, like, moving my fingers completely off, because the back side, when I press, if you come closer, when I press on an ambidextrous magazine release, typically the other side will protrude out. So if your finger on this side, if your hands are large, if it all touches here, then you're going to be forcing against your own hand. And so for like the 509, it's in a position where my hand covers it and I can't release a magazine from it without completely rearranging my grip, and it was a deal killer for me. This particular guy, since you're up and close personal, this has steel sights on it, which I'm very happy with. These are also, surprisingly, for the sub $400 price point that I paid, and again, I don't really get into prices because who knows how long this video will be out, but this has, they're not the best sights. What I'm going to ultimately do is I will be painting these two dots black, and then I'll be changing this out for one of the Night Fusion's front sights that I do pretty much now with most all my guns. But as you'll notice here, it has a fantastic combat edge there. So if you want to be able to rack that off of something, you won't have any problems whatsoever with those metal sights. Steel or aluminum, I don't know, I'm not sure, but if we have to rack this gun, no issues whatsoever in doing so. And you can see the plastic from the barrel there. They're pretty tough sights. Not really too worried about those, anything happening to them. You're also going to notice the cocking serrations both in the rear and the front. I like them on the front because I'm one of the people that I like a press check. I like to check to make sure. That's something you do. You'll be very happy with these. They're extremely grippy. You can rack the whole gun from the front if you wanted to. And they're obviously on both sides. Very thick. They will definitely leave some DNA behind. A tech string, if you will, up here, so that it's a great little index point for your fingers. A lot of people who stipple guns automatically put those on there, and they happen to be on both sides of the gun. You're also going to notice that underneath it has a very, very high undercut. Again, right from the factory, the way it comes. And with the beaver tail, that is very, very pronounced. This is a gun, you guys, that you just have to feel it in your hand. When it's in your hand, it just feels like it locks itself in. You can get very, very high on the pistol, and it just feels fantastic. So being a very high undercut and this beaver tail back here, man, you can just get on a tremendous grip on there. So I really like the way the gun feels in the hand. I'm very, very impressed with that. Takedown is very simple. For those that shoot Glocks, pretty simple. We're going to dry fire the gun, pull the slide back, take the takedown levers, release those, and of course off it comes. So nothing too foreign to you. If you shoot Glocks, just do it like you normally do. We do have a recoil spring, which of course I'm a big fan of being steel. So this is a steel guide rod in here. I'm very, very pleased to see that. Then we have our barrel. Now if you come and take a look at this barrel, this thing is a tank. The feed ramp here, which I know is filthy, because again, we shoot these guns, but look at the steel on this thing. I mean, that thing is very, very over engineered. That thing is built, it is built to last. And this is a cold hammer forged barrel as well, so super high quality. Pretty simple. Everything is in the reverse operation here. Had no issues with that. Put our slide back on, and we are good to go. So simple operation, simple maintenance. Fantastic gun. Now some of you may have heard that it fits the Glock 19 holsters. So 90% of them, I'd say. I've tried with a bunch of different ones. There are some out there for one. If you have a duty holster, a Safariland, it will not fit a Safariland duty holster for whatever reason. But all the Kydex models that I've tried, pretty much from various manufacturers, have all fit. Oops. Have all fit. This one there's a little bit of play because you can run this holster with or without a light. So I'm going to show you guys this. This is, again, one of my favorites. This is the Valkyrie, the PL Mini O-Light, the rechargeable guy. I run it on all my carry guns. I love it. As you can see there, quick connect on, and it places the buttons perfectly where I'd want to be able to activate them. So right on the gun, and as intuitive as any gun you've ever shot. The light fits up perfectly without anything, we don't have to change any plates out or anything, just as the light comes. So here's the trigger, again, nice and smooth. So there's a little bit of take up right there, pretty standard. It's very predictable. There's the wall every time, okay, wall. And then as we have a little bit of pressure, shot breaks. Here's your very short reset. That's it, shot breaks. So the reset is very, very good. Okay, a little bit of slack. Shot breaks. I haven't fired any rounds today, so this will be cold, but we'll see how she runs. That was kind of cool there. Let's try that again. All right, so after 500 rounds, the slide will slam home without, I would say, not a whole lot of pressure. Slide release, I won't touch it at all. Just insert my mag, and it loaded. So it does, for those that like that feature, there it is. After 500 rounds, I'm guesstimating it's probably a little more, but it's at least 500 rounds, and that's where we're at. So if we don't do that, I'll put it in very gently, which we wouldn't want to do anyway. Super easy to drop that slide if that's your preferred method. If it's not your preferred method and we put this in very gently, it'll obviously load however you load your pistol. So good sights right out of the box. Slack. All right, so we got the pretty decent group there. Let's run some, let's just do a mag change here, see how that works out for us. So one in the chamber, an empty mag. We'll come up here. Beautiful. Gun runs great. Mags drop out free. Even if I bring the gun inward, they're going to come out pretty much at any angle I brought it. I'd have to literally keep it almost upward in order for that to happen. So as long as I drop it at some point, I will have no issues manipulating the gun. All right, so we'll do a little improvised shooting here. I didn't bring a mag pouch with me here, but we'll just kind of simulate it. Kind of a off the draw shot and see how this goes. We'll do a reload in the middle here. We'll run one more here. So CZ P-10C, I would say it is everything that it's been cracked up to be. I think it's a fantastic pistol. One of the reasons for a higher round count, again over 500, is I've been giving these to students to shoot. So we'll push it into well into the thousands and see how we go. As soon as we get some type of issue or malfunction with it, I did what I typically do with all firearms. Took it apart, just a field strip, wiped it down with my with a little bit of cleaner and my preferred oil, and put it back together. That's it. So it's been a fantastic gun. I highly recommend it. The CZ P-10C. As always, you can find us on, obviously here on YouTube. You can find us on Patreon when we put our A-list content, stuff that we only put on Patreon. And by the way, you guys, for YouTube, for whatever reason, well, we all know the reason. A lot of people who are subscribers are not getting notified when we put videos out there. So make sure you click that bell and click all. That seems to be fixing a lot of issues that we've been trying to work with our subscriber base. So hopefully that helps if you haven't seen a video from us from a while. You can also find us on Twitter, on Facebook, and as always, remember, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.